Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about scientific notation, which is 5.2b. And I'm not going to get into the nuts and bolts about it. That's for a lecture class, not for a YouTube video. But I am going to show you how to do it. Okay? And that's kind of the important part of this. So the way, in science, what we do is, oftentimes we have to write numbers that are really big. And if we were to recreate this number over and over and over again, there's so many zeros in there, at some point we're going to make an error. We're going to make a mistake. So what we do is we use this thing called scientific notation. Scientific notation is where you have a number, a decimal place, followed by two more numbers, and then you go times 10 to some power. Okay? Basically, what you're doing is you're multiplying some number by 10 a bunch of times. And we remember when we multiply by 10, all we're doing is moving over decimal places, right? We take, say, 18 times 10. What is it? It's 180. Okay, we just move it over a decimal place. And that's all that 10 to the power does. So we start off, our decimal place is here. And our goal is to make it go right here, because we want one number followed by decimal place followed by two more numbers. Okay? And if you have more than other numbers along here, it kind of depends on whether you round them off or not. Typically, as far as I'm concerned, it's fine. 2 decimal places is all you need. So if this were a 9, just round that up to a 9. Okay? And all you're going to do is you're going to count. I would have to move the decimal place over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. So my number would be 3.78 times 10, 9 times to the 9th power. This is scientific notation. Okay? Now, just so you know, if I have a number that would say be 3, or the same number, 0.8 times 10 to the 8, that's not scientific notation. I would have to move this decimal place over one more time and increase that by one more number. Okay? Now, that's putting numbers into scientific notation. We can also take numbers out of scientific notation. So let's say we've got the number 4.12 times 10 to the 5th power. We want to take it out of scientific notation. Okay? So we're going to write 4.12. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the decimal place over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fill in all the zeros that I need, and rewrite the number. Okay, and that would be taking it out of scientific notation. And I could always double check, make sure if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I would have my 4.12.